Hey everybody, XJoe81X here. Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. 2020. Just want to document for future use and relativity what's happening in the world. So as long as YouTube is free and as long as this video is out there, you can always know and document. Unfortunately, if you've been living under a rock since Christmas, I'm sorry. So, quick, very, very quick, is that unfortunately there's something going around the world called COVID-19. AKA coronavirus, common spelling. Supposedly, it started in Wuhan, China. Wuhan has, again, supposedly, please don't, oh, you're wrong, just my opinion. Supposedly there's a center or a factory or a laboratory there that uses bats to test different things. At some point, a bunch of bats died, and instead of, I guess, incinerating them, I can't speak for like the last couple of months now. Instead of lighting them on fucking fire, supposedly they sell them to the street vendors. Now, I never Googled Wuhan, China, or whatever. Supposedly I hear it's fucking disgusting. There's food on the floor, anything you can think about. So these bats die, these bats have viruses, and then they sell them, and then you buy them. It's a delicacy, and then you cook them. And then you eat them. Well, you obviously are not cooking them, or maybe it lives past the cooking, and now you're getting a fucking, whatever bats are, you're getting an animal disease that our body, the human body, doesn't have the antibodies to fight it all the way where you don't get it. Or the immune system. You know, every single day, everyone's touching things and picking their nose, or they're cooking, they're eating, they're sleeping, they're shit. Every single person does something where they're touching a surface of some kind of material, and they're getting in their car and they're going, oh, it's such a long day. Oh, you just touched your door handle, and you just touched the door leaving work. But our body, as we get older, and we create different kind of immune systems. So that's what allegedly happened. I'm going to touch upon a little something that I'm confused about. Hopefully you're listening. So the virus started in Wuhan, China. Whatever the numbers are. Then it went to Italy. Then those numbers skyrocketed to the point where Italy stopped talking about it. Their death toll is like over 4,000. I'm trying to put this into words. How many people from China went to Italy, and how many people in Italy visited China, got the virus and then went back to the point where this disease in Italy blew up. I don't know the numbers, if the numbers are higher than China. That's a Google search. That's a quick statistic. You know, what's the numbers now compared to China, compared to... So that's what that is. I don't have that right now, I'm driving. And then it went to Spain. And then it started coming over to the United States. And obviously Australia and other places. How many? I guess what I'm asking is that how many people physically travel in the world where it takes, Jesus, they said it came in December, it took 3 months to finally get to where we are, where we have like, fuck, sorry, pardon me, you know, I'm driving home, where does it get to the point, excuse me, okay. Does it get to the point where that's how many people traveled? Is that how many people like legitimately touched or were around someone with COVID-19? Like, I barely travel. So that's an open-ended question. I don't, that's my question. That many people have physically gone to Italy and China and Spain? I don't know what to say. That's, again, an open-ended question. So let's move on. What's the next weird thing? I had it on the top of my head before the phone just fell. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I don't know. So, that's what's been happening as of Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. New York is the epicenter. We have passed China in their deaths, and we have passed China in their people who have had it. I think New York is a little bit lax when it comes to telling people what to do. You know, I'm not saying that people knew that they had it, but they could have shut things down probably a week earlier. A lot of people, articles and blah 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 periodicals were saying we might have had it going into Christmas, into the new year, because that's when China had it. Wasn't really televised. And if you got really, really bad symptoms of the flu, and you got the swab for the flu at your local doctor, and the doctor came back and was like, oh, you don't have the flu, and you're like, what do I have? And no one knew about the COVID-19. The doctor was like, okay, bed rest and just fluids. I don't know what you have. So there's also an undocumented handful of humans that I have had it, definitely going into February, because it just doesn't start March 3rd. Boom, that's when COVID-19 started. No, it trickles. 5, 10, 15,000, 2. Oh, now you're like, whoa. Nurses and doctors and hospitals. Now you're starting to say, wait, what happened in China? What's happening in Italy? Oh, wait. Then you start picking up the phone. You start talking to people. Doctors and surgeon generals and whoever's in charge of, like, the area, the tri-state area of, oh, we got this amount of AIDS patients. We got this amount of fucking tuberculosis. We got a lot. Someone said we got this disease. We don't know what it is. Wait, China just had it. Then around March is when we started seeing, 200-300 people, and then they closed the schools. I think the second week in March. I don't have exact dates and definitely not times. So in New York here, let's document this. The beginning of March, they closed all schools. That first week, teachers and superintendents, I think, were allowed to show up and do things in their classrooms. As far as what they did, I don't know. Slowly, non-essential restaurants or other businesses started closing. So you get your cleaners, shoe repair, game stores, all your little mom and pop shops. They stayed. And that's it. Target and all them stayed open. And now, I think today, it's obviously still rising. But I think this week is like the oh shit. We're at 66,000 people affected in New York. And we're at, X amount of deaths. I think we surpassed 2,000-3,000. I think 2,000-3,000 deaths. Yeah, that would make sense. And that's it. That's what's happening right now. China, Italy, everywhere else, New York, boom, boom, boom. School closing, non-essential stuff's closing. I'm flying home from work. What else? Traffic, there's no one out here. But then at the same time, there's no one out here. But according to videos and social media, everyone is out here. But I go home, I strip down, I take a shower, I spend the evening with my family, and tomorrow I go to work, and the next day and the next day, and it is what it is. Fortunately, that's it. So I'm gonna wrap this up with stating that if you personally watching this, or if you know any friends and or family that have the COVID-19, God bless, take care of yourself, do the best you can, vitamin C, whatever you think you could do, whatever home remedy, and hopefully you beat it, you never get it again. For people that don't have it, constantly change your clothes if you go out, wash your hands, take showers, be conscious of your surroundings. Please don't wear your mask and your gloves in your car. It's defeating its own purpose. I guess real quick, if you have gloves on and you're at work and you're touching things and you go to your car, you touch your keys, you either have a push start or you turn your key, and what do? You put your hand on the steering wheel or whatever, you take your gloves off, and now you're driving the car. The corona is on the, you gotta think a little bit. You gotta bring, antibacterial. You gotta just take the mask off. I'm not gonna tell you to take it off and throw it outside, but you kind of have to come up with, okay, this is a bag. Let's tie a knot. Leave the bag outside. You gotta, think a little bit out the box. And if you think that you're gonna say, I'm not gonna have it, I'm immune, fuck you. I know 10 people who personally have tested positive for the virus. Some better off, some have already recovered, and some are in the hospital. So anyway, if you don't have it, God bless. If you do have it, God bless. Please, this is serious. I think we're right in the middle-ish. And hopefully, if I remember, I'll make another video when this slows down or stops. But again, it's March 31st, 2020. I'm thinking May 1st is when we'll see the plateau. It'll go like this for a couple days, and then hopefully, boop, that's it. So thank you for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe. Please take care of yourself. This is real, and take it easy.